So warm-up's just about getting yourself set and ready. So you can just return the ball to me. Yeah, nice. Okay, just a few higher ones. Nice. Last one. Well done. Okay. Good save. So really good as far as a warm-up goes. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you've sort of done there that is what we talk about. Being nice and balanced, being able to control the ball back to the person that's warming you up just in your warm-up. So that's the control of the ball. I think we had a chat on Tuesday when the session was rained out, and we went and had a look at the video, and you saw the girls in Perth working on just controlling the ball back. So there are times when you have to clear the ball really hard. But there are other times when you really want to be able to control the ball with a high degree of accuracy, and to make sure that the person that you're maybe passing the ball to, because it's rolling towards the goal, and instead of letting it go over the back line, you want to pass it out to one of your players on your team, or you want to pass the ball wide to the sideline and things like that, and you need to have that control. So never mistake doing something as hard as possible, but doing something well. You can use that idea of whether it's the accelerator or the clutch in your car, and just being able to control it. So there are some times with the accelerator, obviously you've got to be able to push down hard. There are other times when you just ease it, and the technique remains exactly the same. You don't change the technique as far as coming and meeting the ball, but you just change the speed that you are hitting the ball with. Just as a defender or a striker or a midfield player on the field would also use a range of passing speeds when they've got the ball. Okay? Ruby, just with you, there's maybe one thing that I've sort of noticed with your stick. Would it be fair to say it's a little bit sort of back like that? What do you think? Okay, sort of back to you. Maybe one area that you want to sort of think about, it's not a hard and fast rule, but instead of having your hands back or even behind your shoulders, you want to have them slightly in front of your shoulder, and that includes your stick as well. It's just going to be easier there to move your stick around rather than having it a little bit further back and trying to push it forward. So it's just something that I saw you just give me a chance. Yep. So does that feel that's a little bit further back? So I would just have it something like that. Everyone else see that? It's a very small adjustment, but I reckon we'll just make it easier. We're going to do a bit of work with the ball machine later on using our sticks, and it will just sort of help with that. Okay? In terms of Alicia, your hips really are the things that are driving towards the ball. Okay? So when we're moving, we want our hips moving towards the ball. The foot is already moving outwards. Our head is over the ball. Chest is towards the ball. And we're all in one line. We don't want to be sort of moving maybe with our foot and then our hips and then our head. Sort of all moving together. And that's one of the things that you also do with your warm-up. is to work that into your mentality. So that's what you're doing. You're sort of reminding yourself just before a game. And Alyssa, I know it was also something that Adam mentioned in the chat that we had on Tuesday. One of the important things always with goalkeepers is that we move our whole body, always. It's not balls coming high, so I'm just going to move my hands. We all like to do sometimes, take a bit of a shortcut. All the ball's coming low, I'm going to move my legs. It's doing it all at once. So the ball's coming high, I'm moving towards the ball. That means that if the ball comes low or at an intermediate level, I'm also able to get to it. Whereas if I get into the habit of, it's only a warm-up, I know that the ball's coming high, you'll save these ones, but as soon as the game starts, you can't stop the striker and go, hey, hold on a second, can you just tell me if you're going to hit it high or low? So you're training your body to be able to do that in both cases. Okay? The next exercise that we're going to do is going to be a bit of movement. Okay? So you're going to be getting back to me and making a save. I'm going to have 2 shots at you this time, but you're going to go through a couple of cones. It's just a little bit of movement exercise. It'll be similar to one that you saw on the video on Tuesday. Okay? You don't have to worry now about returning the ball to me. Now it's like as if it was a game. You're clearing it wide. You're following your ball out. I'm not going to have one shot and then straight away have another shot when you're not ready. Okay? I want you to do your movement, make the save, follow your ball, then come back to me and we'll have the second shot. So you can start really from wherever you want. Okay, Alyssa? And the only thing that I want you to do is get to the hat and then come back to me, and I'm going to be pretty much on the line that Ruby's on. Okay? Make the save. Follow your ball out, and then follow it up with a second shot. Okay? We'll do that 4 times. Okay, so move to the hat, move back to me, save the shot, follow the shot, and we'll have the second one. Okay? That's it. Oh, I'll take it. I'll take you through. Okay, I'll just give you a demo. So, you've got to move to here, move back to me, make the save, make the second save. Done. Excellent, so really good save. So always with goalkeeping, what we're trying to work on, especially today, is just technique. Okay, fitness-wise, we can leave that to another time. Just technique. So what I want you to be able to concentrate on is an explosive effort, and then you have your break. So what you did there was perfect. You went out, you came back, you watched your clearance, then you went over, and you came back and saved the second shot. That's what we're after. Just hold on. Well done. 2 more. So that last one was pushing out again. That's it. You see the lower body part though? Show me again. That's the movement. Okay, lower body is also moving. It's as if you're rotating towards the ball. Okay? Hold on. Oh, what a save. Great save with the stick. Last one. That's better. Well done. And a really good clearance. And sometimes as well, one of the decisions that we will need to make is what type of movement do we want to do. So, Alyssa, you are making a movement of, okay, maybe quicker and maybe better, because this is a very controlled environment, but a game is quite a dynamic environment that we're not sure when they're going to have a shot. 2, The reason that we do that is that if someone has a shot, or if we need to make ourselves still to be nice and balanced for a shot, it's easier than having to run back and back. So what we can possibly do is just move the hat so it becomes just a little bit easier. Okay. So really, I just want us to go from here, save, yep, save. Okay, when you're ready, yep. Well done. Okay, have a break. When you're ready. Clear it. Well done. Just wait. Last one. Save. Well done. So as we're moving around, another thing to realise is the ball has to come to you. We know, and we're pretty lucky as goalkeepers, you know, if you're a striker, ball could go pretty much anywhere on the pitch. As a goalkeeper, we know that the ball's going to maybe not come directly to us, but it's going to come in our direction because people are trying to score. So there's no worries about just waiting and staying as balanced as possible rather than having to come towards to meet the ball. Yep. Just let the ball come to us and make that nice deflection. Rotate our hips out, both sides. Let the ball come to us and make the save nice and wide. Okay? Don't have to go towards it with trying to hit the ball away or anything like that. Both sets of our body, upper and lower body, nice and balanced. Let the ball come to us. Good clearance. Great save. Save. Excellent. Nice. So that's the best one. So the best thing that you did there, nice and relaxed, you let the ball come to you, Ruby. You made that movement with your hips. Your feet rotated out and the ball followed in the right direction. Okay? There'll always be a moment with high balls. Come in, everyone. There'll always be a moment with high balls when we think, should I rotate this way or should I rotate this way? It's always a little bit hard, but maybe you can use your left ear as a bit of a guide if you wanted just a rough guide. There's no right or sort of wrong here, but maybe use your left ear. So if the ball is coming to your left ear and to your right, well, you can probably rotate out this way. The ball is going wider than your left ear, you're rotating out the other way. Okay. Then the other decision that we need to make, there comes a point where our hand changes from pushing from our chest out to being already outside our body to make a save. It's also a more difficult one, but maybe you can use that as your left chest. So the ball is coming, it's further out than the left chest. You're moving out, you're making saves like this. So you're not trying to make saves pushing outside your body. So this is my body here where it finishes. You're not trying to push the ball out outside our body. Once you get there, you want to be across. If you can rotate across, that's fine. Otherwise, you're making a save with your hand coming out. Does that seem fair enough? Just as a rough guide? Yep. Now there'll be 4 shots. You can take your time, and I want you just to be concentrating on clearing the ball first. Don't worry about anything else, just clear the ball first, and then we'll go from there. Same sort of movement. Yep. Move and rotate out that side. That's it. So that last one, much better. You rotated out. The second last one, you sort of knocked it out, which is fine. You made the save. But technically, that will mean that maybe if I had the ability to shoot even faster, maybe it gets past you. So always train the right technique, even though the ball's coming nice and, well, relatively slow from me. Okay, we'll do one more set like this. The clearances to your right, to this side, were excellent. Yep, same sort of thing. Be nice and balanced. You don't have to be coming forward. The ball will come to you and play the ball out. Rotate out, not leave our feet facing forward and push the ball away. Rotate out. That's it. That's the best one. Well done. So Alicia, this is the only one here. So here we're in a nice position. And instead of pushing our hands out, both sides, we're also using our whole body. So we're rotating both sides. See how my legs are moving? It's not just my upper body. That's one of the more, it's a really important technical part. And sometimes it takes a bit of time to train. Because we all see the ball coming and you think, oh, I've got it in the air. But it's to make sure that when the ball comes really fast, or right in the corner, you've got every advantage that you want to be able to make that save. You're ready. Nice. Good. Nice work. Yeah, it's hard for me to see when I just hold it where you reckon you should have it. Yeah. So all I'm saying is that you don't want it too far back here. So you want to be able to have free range of movement. So if you're there, if you need to go across your body to dive for the ball, for example, then it's in a really good sort of spot. So how does that feel holding it there? It's all right? Okay. We'll try to get to that. Okay. Nice. Okay. Really good work there. Nice and efficient. So goalkeeping is about that efficiency of movement. We all love goalkeepers who dive for those saves right in the corner. And we probably dream about those saves as well. I always used to love them. But if possible, we want to be nice and efficient with our movement so that we don't have to dive for that absolute extreme save, because that makes us much more able to get the second save. Yeah? Because diving probably means that you're then off balance or on the ground for what may be the second save. So if you dive, there's always thinking where the ball I have to reset myself. Seems fairly clear. I'm going to grab the ball machine. We're going to do just a little bit of technique stuff. Use the iPad as well for me to be able to see sort of how you look both high and low with making some saves. Sort of go from there. Any questions on what we've covered so far? No? The most important thing here is to try to emphasise the importance of technically being good in terms of where you hold your hands, where your legs are, and you all have those basic technical stuff. So obviously people have worked with you and you've worked obviously with yourself to make sure that you can do that. You can already see that straight away, that you've got the basics. And you've got to be able to move. Okay? Goalkeeping is not just about standing there and making a save, because hockey is such a dynamic sport that the ball can be coming from so many different angles. So you always need to be able to move. So include, when you do your warm-ups, always some movement. be working on here, so the ball's going to be coming, firstly low, is just nice clearances. Okay, we can go and collect the balls afterwards, so don't worry about that. You're going to have about 4 shots each side, and then we'll swap over. Okay? Okay, that was a really good one. You rotated out, hips made the movement, you pushed across. Excellent. Last one this side. Yep, nice work. Now the other side. Good. Excellent. Well done. So the only thing that I'd say, Alyssa, and it's true whenever you use the ball machine's really good for training technique, but it has one, I suppose, drawback to hockey, and that you always know generally where the ball is going. Okay? So it's quite hard at times, but we don't want to start moving in a direction or even change our foot in that direction before the ball's already gone. So no sneaking across to that side. But I really liked it. It was good. Good. Nice. So really good movement there. Alicia? Excellent save. Nice save, that's it. Well done. Good. Good. Rightio, excellent. The other side now. So just change that right, the stick, so just a little bit in front of your body. Yep. Same position as you had it before, but just a bit further in front. So without the stick angling really backwards. Okay? Yep. Excellent save. Good extension. Last one. Right, really good. Instead of it being back here on your shoulder, you can have it just a little bit in front of the body. So it's only a slight change, and you don't have to change in terms of the height, how you are holding it. Hold it how it's comfortable. But instead of it being here, which will make it difficult, if you have it in front, then you can always move your hand in front of your body as well. Okay, so you just need to make sure that it's probably in front of your chest pad. Yep. Here we've got Ruby. Video is a great way to sort of check these things. So what looks good in very fast action, sometimes you can see some technical issues as you start to look back at it in slow-mo. So also understand that if you put slow-mo on the best goalkeeper in the world, you'll always see probably little things that they need to improve. But it's a really good way to be able to check these things, and everyone's pretty much got iPads now and sort of stuff like that. Here the ball's coming to Ruby's left. So what's really good there is your head is looking at the ball. Okay, so that's fantastic, Ruby. Yeah. What you would say is that in a perfect world, you'd like your body a bit further across. You sort of see that you're a bit sort of leaning back. The ball's out there, you are looking at the ball, but your head and your body's a bit back here. If you can move that towards it, you'll make that save easier and you'll extend the final couple of centimetres that you might need to make a save sometimes. Okay? So instead of the lean back, thrust out, it's coming across and moving. And using a ball machine is really good for training that technique. If you can have the ball coming pretty much in that same direction all the time, and you move to the ball, and you move to the ball. This is a lister. Same sort of thing that I'd say with Ruby. What's really good is that you're watching the ball. Okay? It's the first thing. Look at those eyes. You're looking at the ball. What's also happening is that your hips are moving out and you're moving towards it, which is great. That's actually not too bad. That end spot is probably, in some ways, better than your one, Ruby, just because you can see that your body is in a much more balanced state. Rather than the arching back a little bit here, it's actually quite vertical and the ball is being cleared out nicely. Everyone see that? Okay? So that's good. Moving towards the ball. And this is why the ball machine is good to practice technique. Head, the movement there, right over the ball's moving out. Looking nice and balanced. Quite close to your body. Just taking it easy on you. Nice movement and good recovery. Following the ball across and being set for the next shot. That's where you've got to be really good. And again, that's quite good in terms of your body is. The ball's going wide. Okay, really good. I'm going to do the same exercise again, but up high. So really, the technique doesn't change. We want to be able to move out, make sure that we're not leaning back, we're right over it. Our hips are initiating the movement. Nice strength with the legs. Your reverse or the opposite leg is pushing off and giving you that ability to get across. Your head's not leaning back, you're going towards the ball. Okay. Okay, so what did I say? Shouldn't say what did I say? Yeah, what do you reckon? So where is sort of that's right, something like that. The only reason that I say that is that in some ways it's better to rotate this way rather than to try to come inside and put your hand out here, because as you come in here, you still made the save, no problems. That's the most important thing. As your hand comes in there, you sort of lose a bit of sight of the ball. Yep. Whereas if you go bang that way, you've got it. Now, if it comes outside your ear, yeah, you are pushing it out that way, because then you're not blocking your eyesight. That's it. Excellent. Yep. Nice and balanced as the ball comes. Nice and relaxed. Yeah. One last one. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to go a bit wider. Yep, so that's a good decision there. Yep. Two more. Yep. And last one. Excellent. Ready? Oh, great save. Moving your whole body. Okay, that was all right. Oh, you all right? Good save. Excellent. Yes, yep. So the only thing that I'm saying is that there we want our whole body moving and the ball will come to you. I'll just borrow your glove there for a sec. Okay. So the ball will absolutely come to you. So you don't have to push towards it. The only times in a game, you don't see a lot of the goalkeepers. But if you watch their warm-ups and have a look how they're moving, don't have to come towards it. The ball will come to them and they will make those movements. So that's what we're trying to do. Nice. Yep. Like the technique. Nice and calm. That's it. Two more. Excellent. Last one. Really good. Yep. And the last one. Okay, that was really good. What we're going to work on now is an area that probably is a bit more challenging for everyone. So just understand as well, when we do these things, that it takes time. You know, a new skill takes time. You don't have to be perfect to begin with, but being able to save with your stick is really important. So this next set, we're going to be working on making saves with either the glove here or with our stick. Either our glove or our stick. I'll grab your... Okay, so they are a little bit different, both gloves, aren't they? Yep. But it's basically the same sort of movement. So it's being able to make a save where you're going to be in front of your test pad and you're going to be watching the ball. And if possible, most sticks have the sponsor marker here. If you're using your stick, that's where you want to be making your stick save, you know, right where the, same as this, where your sentinel, yeah, I suppose they've got a bit of a dot here. And it's just about watching the ball, but you're doing exactly the same thing. So rotate out, push out. And some of the girls in Perth use a saying called take a picture. So imagine that someone is taking a picture of you and you remain caught in that moment of making the save right there. So it's going out and making the save. You don't have to go out and pull it straight back in. Just go out and make that save. Okay, nice and smooth. The ball comes across, so your glove comes and your stick drops. This is a bit of an exaggeration. It doesn't drop that much. But when we're talking about goalkeepers, any little change makes quite a bit of difference. So what I see, your stick drops and then you try to come back to it. What we're saying is, keep it nice, relaxed but firm, and then move towards the ball like that rather than dropping it off. Have a look at this. Don't drop the stick.
Yeah.
Keep it pointing towards that one. Only drop the stick as you make the save. That movement is much easier to do to make a save than to be going down and
Yeah.
right up. Yep. Excellent. Really good. I like it. Well done. Nice. Oh, okay. Good touch. Okay, excellent. This one, just went like that. Straight up. That's part of the battle here, is just maintaining efficiency from where the ball is released. So if it's a penalty corner or the shot is taken, and making sure you move your head, trusting your peers. Australian junior goalkeepers always has. Because she says, do the technique right at the end of the game, trusting your body. I think it's a really good way of explaining what we're trying to do. So we want to do the technique so well at training, when it comes to a game, just trust it. Things that we've done so far today, it's about being able to be nice and balanced. Upper body and lower body moving together. So hips rotating out, using our opposite leg. We just saw a couple of really good shots from the match and range on the iPad. The training's superb. You can really see the explosiveness. And those are two of the top goalkeepers in the world, not just Australia. So that's the level that we're working towards. And the ability to move. So about moving from one spot to the other, making a save, and then finally, without speaking, really watching it. So a little bit of, you do a little
practice that before we move into some recordings, some one-on-one stuff, and then that'll be sort of for today. If I just repeat, the main that I'm going to do is come along in a very tight angle along the back line. And do you guys remember what we talked about on Tuesday as far as when you possibly could slide? Yeah, exactly, and what would be the other thing that maybe you would look at? Very good. So, if my head's down, I'm going along, obviously, probably not going to be aware that you're coming out. If my head is up, I'm just waiting for you to start taking 2 steps before me. Okay. Pass it around the neck. So that's a very basic way of looking at it. But maybe it'll just help you sort of think about when to sort of do it. Generally, if the person has their head down, there's pressure on them. They haven't got an opportunity. If they've got their head up, no pressure, and they're going to be able to pick their pass. You just need to be able to put them off until something comes back to them. Okay? So I'm just going to dribble along the baseline, and we're going to practice that. Things that I want you to look at. If I've got my head up, that's purely it, nothing extra. And as I come through there, okay? I have my head up. Yes. So this is one of the things of, and it's something that takes time, and it's one of the really great things about goalkeeping is that we have to be able to work out when we apply a skill. We're not going to always slide, we're not going to always stay back, but we need to know when do we apply a skill. So it's situational analysis, which is quite a fancy way of just saying what's going on in the game. Should I be doing what I'm doing now? It's also a thing that you train at training, because in a game it's happening so fast. You're just going more on instinct. But in training, when you've got your other teammates around you, you are thinking about that. So the only thing that you should be thinking about now situationally is you're not going to slide when I'm here. You're possibly going to slide when I'm here. But you're only going to slide here if I've got my head down. Okay? If we had more people, I'd have someone sort of running in behind me and putting pressure on me. But that's the only thing that we're trying to replicate. Okay? Excellent. So that's the only decision that we're making. And there, we assess the situation and we apply the skill that we want to apply. As you go higher, obviously, there's no rule that says here or here. Do I have my head up or down? Because we have sneaky strikers who can keep their head up, make passes, keep their head down, also make passes. But just to begin with, be able to learn when you're possibly going to use that skill, just a couple of easy things to look at. So, I have my head up. So I've got my head up, stay back. Okay. Because what are my options? I'm waiting for you to come out. Pass here, 90 degrees. So you're only coming out to me, pretty much, if I've got my head down. Okay, ready? Decision. Excellent. That was great. Great save. Did I have my head up or down? Now I had it pretty much up. Okay. The only reason that I would say that is if I've got my head up, I can assess the situation. So I can go, right, if Ruby comes to me, I've got to pass right here, and I just drop. Yeah, if I've got my head down, really I can imagine what might be happening. I can hear calls, absolutely, but I can't see, and I don't know that you're coming at me. Okay, so just try to use that, just in this exercise, as to whether you come out and slide, or you sort of stay back. Just see what happens. Very good. That's exactly what we're looking for. So really, if I've got my head up and I'm looking at you or I'm looking around, you're daring me. You're saying, I don't think you're going to be able to score. Yeah. When I've got my head down, then you think, oh, I could have an opportunity here to steal the ball. So the same thing we're teaching our defenders. Okay? When the person maybe loses the ball and you've got the opportunity to win it, that's when you go. But otherwise, as a defender, you're just waiting for the mistake. You're trying to put them off, you're looking at what they're doing, you're waiting for the moment to win the ball. I think we're a goalkeeper. That's it. Actually, what do you think? Is that a way that you could just help decide?
It's hard to get it down rough.
Well, exactly, and so I am a bit, exaggerating.
Yeah.
And normally, what would be happening? What? There would be a bit of.
Yeah.
And I'd say if there's a bit of this, you're probably also staying back. But if there's a defender, Ruby is a defender on me on the other side. Ruby's sort of coming after me. Most strikers are going to have their head down. So they're worried about this person coming in to tackle me.
Yeah.
That's when you can come.
Yeah. What do you suggest? Like a lot of the time they running along there and you know they're going to pass it to the spot. Do you try and intercept the pass or do you try and get back to get the shot on goal?
Yeah, and I think it does depend on whether they've got their head up and who is there. This side is easier if they're coming along this side, just because you've got your stick.
Yeah.
That one. So you've got your stick always. So if they're going to pass it back to the spot, it really has to go back to the spot because you could touch it. I would never say, just dive out there, because then you'll have some cheeky striker that just goes, I look like I'm going to pass it. I'll pass it straight at goal.
Yeah.
That's where you need the rest of your team.
Yeah.
If it is that obvious that there's a person standing there, there's a person running along here, you have to stay back. Maybe open yourself up a little bit instead of being right parallel.
Yeah.
Open yourself up so that you can try to see both people in your vision. It's a really important point. If you can keep two people in your vision, it's much better than just having one person and thinking there could be someone there. If I open my stance up a little bit, hopefully I can have two people in my vision and I can be ready just to move across here to make the save.
Yeah.
That's when you need someone coming back to help you out. Okay?
So your players should have that shot on goal, not necessarily.
Well, that player should be covered, hopefully, or someone should be putting pressure on here. But if it's a 2-on-1, then I would stay back. Yeah. Okay. Yep. So we'll do some hitting on penalty corners to begin with. There are a couple of key elements or guidelines to it. Your first is your start. I mean, I always suggest you start with your hands up, because that's where you want your hands to be when you get to the spot. It's just one less thing to think about. But it's up to everyone. So hands up. Get to your point that you want to be at. We're working on hitting now, okay? So you're getting to the ground. One mistake that I sometimes see people doing is that they throw themselves to the ground. They can end up with both hands on the ground like this, and then the ball's coming. I'm sure that you've had a bit of coaching in that. One of the reasons that we don't want this hand on the ground is that this hand should always be the hand that we both use to follow the ball, but also, really importantly, is the hand that we use to cover the net, which is one of the most important things. So from a safety point of view, you always want to have your hand covering your neck, and then you follow through with the ball. So I don't know if this is a 90 degrees that you've got in your shoulder. It's that sort of position. It's not behind you. Again, it's in front of you. So Ruby for you, not behind, in front of you, so that you can watch the ball now wherever you go to make your save. But always with the glove here, so the glove shouldn't be hitting the ground like this. So what we're going to do starts when you want to start. Rightio. How do you reckon you went with your left hand there? Yep. Which is fine when the ball's coming slow. It's going to take a bit of getting used to, but it's something that will help. Okay? One last or two more. We're done. Good. So I think that was better. Last one. So I've seen her trip a girl in the head on a penalty corner because she's put her hand down, the left hand down onto the ground, and then it's gone, ooh, ball's coming fast.
Yeah.
Good. I like that one. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that. Don't know where your hand got to, but it was a really good save. Excellent.
Push out.
That's it.
Push out.
And again, possibly go just a fraction earlier.
Yeah.
Down. Really, because that will just give you a chance to be able to follow the ball. You make the save there, but I reckon it's by feel that you know that the ball's going to be out there, so you just go, push my hand out there.
Yeah.
Rather than watching the ball and the head goes out to the ball. The glove goes here, and then it pushes out. Yep. Good. So, what was a really good thing there? You rotated out towards the ball, and knocked it away. Save. Senior squads use field sticks. And it's probably for things like that. You got to touch on it. But because it's a little bit thinner, maybe it's not going to be the reason that you will save goals. You'll save goals through good technique. It might just help you with those. But it means you don't go out and get any stick. That stick's a heavy stick when you're trying to hold that in one hand. But you'll find sticks that are quite nice. Yeah, that's right. 5 to 5:30, I think is what Adam said. Light sticks. Excellent. So, I think one of the things that ties with penalty corner flicking is that as a goalkeeper, we start to move as soon as the player starts to drag.
Yeah.
Now these good penalty corner flickers in the world can, at the last moment, change their position. So it's really important that we stay balanced until we know it's suitable. We're not trying to decide to move early. Okay?
Push.
Well done. Good save.
Push.
I like it.
Push.
Yep.
Push.
See some of the girls here offset. So generally offset spoken about in relation to the spot. So they know they need to be able to get down so that they can save it in this corner. So that might mean that instead of being right in the centre, they offset a little bit to the left they get out to their spot. That means that the post person needs to be on the right line, the runner needs to be on the right line. It's back to your left. But the thing is, you can cover right down to the bottom here. That's one option. The other option is being able to dive to the ground. Okay, probably as a beginning, you would start by offsetting so that you can get out to that far position there. You've got a post person that side that can help you. Then later, as you develop as goalkeepers, being able to dive to that